Yo, it's boy Marcus and Wesley back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about, will Codm ever come to console? Is it possible? How would they do it? What are some of the details that are important in that? And essentially why it won't happen, in my personal opinion. This is all kind of my opinion, my thoughts on this topic. But I kind of covered how the PC leaks and the PC stuff that's going on with it and Steam and all that. So I kind of thought I would address straight console transfers of COD Mobile and how people would look at that and how that would kind of stand out and perform in a general sense. So with that being said, let's talk about what servers would be like. I gotta assume it would generally probably be a controller console server, and then like a PC server, and then maybe a mobile server. I definitely don't think you can have all three together, but I mean, you could. If there was a way to do it, you could, but I think that would be a severe disadvantage to ever play on a phone. I think people who would disagree with that are brain dead. I'm just saying, if you think the best mobile player in the world is going to touch the best controller players in the world after, I don't know, a couple months of them getting to play COD Mobile with their controller, like, it's not going to be the same. Especially, the only thing I have to kind of debunk that is input delay. Depending on how the input delay would be, that's how I would think of it. So I would think each would get their own servers, essentially. Or, you know, PC and controller players would have theirs, and then mobile would have their own servers. And then mobile would just be like your iPad players and your phone players. I think that would be the way it would probably be done. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I guess maybe iPad players could stand a chance against controller players. iPad with like 8 fingers, man, you could do so much. So I'm interested to see how that would actually play out. But I mean, like I say, man, if you got a controller like a Battle Beaver or Scuff, you know what I mean? Like that's a whole different ball game in just controllers. You know what I mean? It's just a big difference there. So yeah, that's how I feel about it in terms of that style of things. Let's talk about the main thing that people are going to talk about when you think about bringing COD Mobile to a console. Money, dude. So Activision, as we all know, those are like the greediest people on earth, the greediest company on earth. That's just how they do things. So I don't want to attribute that to all of them. That's just how businesses are run, right? That's just kind of how it is. We've become to accept that they got to make money. It's a business. It is what it is. And yeah, I don't think one of the big things is like they have a yearly release for a new Call of Duty every year on console. And if they brought COD Mobile to console COD, right, the yearly releases are going down. You know what I mean? People will play the crap out of COD Mobile. It's essentially the COD that everybody's always wanted. You know, a big compilation of all the things that are great about Call of Duty smashed into one and then released for the people. Right, all the great maps, all the great guns, cool specialists, replay value. There's BR, there's good BR maps. You know what I mean? People would love to be playing Blackout in 2026 or whenever they would do this. So I think it would destroy. Like, people would not be buying the new CODs. From just a general consumer perspective, they would just play COD Mobile for the next, I don't know, COD Mobile on console for the next 3 years until something else changes. So money, they would lose a lot of money by doing that. Another thing about money that I kind of want to add into it is the mythic and legendary prices. People on console aren't familiar with how much a mythic and a legendary weapon in COD Mobile costs in America. It's absurd. It's like $125 essentially. Skins on console are like $30, I think, maybe $40. And you're going to get everything in that pack. Here, it's like a randomly drawn, and 99% of the time, you're going to have to spend $125 and buy the whole draw. So it's insanely priced. That's not, people on console are not messing with that. You know what I mean? They will be up in arms about that, or just not buy them. That's just the way it is. So I would be interested to see how people on console, like console players, react to that kind of thing, because I got a feeling they'd have something to say. Anyway. And then maxing them out, it's like a double the price. So it's just insane, the actual cost of stuff in COD Mobile for those types of guns, mythic characters, mythic guns, legendary guns, stuff like that. So another thing, let's talk about the yearly releases and future titles, I think would be a big question mark in terms of like if you bring COD Mobile back, what do you do with your future titles? I think if they did that, they should take the year off. Legit. Like give the studios a year off. That way they can start making good console COD games again and make money the old fashioned way. You know what I mean? Like how they used to do it. Not with like supply drops and crap, but like, in-game purchases, camos, DLCs. I feel like back when we had paid DLCs, the DLCs were better. That's just my thoughts. This season pass bullshit blows. I hate the season pass or battle passes or this system of shit. It sucks. I hate it. Bring back DLCs. $15 DLCs. Give me my damn good maps. You know what I mean? Give me Grind, Rush, Downhill, Mirage, whatever BO2 DLC that was, and Mob of the Dead or whatever came with it, Die Rise Buried, whatever it was. You know what I'm talking about, man. So combo, we don't have that. We just get a new map in multiplayer every season, pretty much for like the last, 5 years. So we have like 50 maps in this game and gunfight maps, and there's so many maps. And then we have like a ton of BR maps now. We got like 4. I think we got 4 BR maps, which is absurd. Alcatraz, Cry, Isolated, and Blackout. And 1 zombies map, which is, I don't know. Don't even get me started on that Siege BS. That's like the stupidest mode ever. So I think it's going to be a massive game, but that's just part of how it is. One of the smaller things I wanted to touch on in terms of the gameplay and how the game functions with input delay and stuff like that, it would be interesting to see if it would be like an app downloaded, like I guess a normal game downloaded from like your PlayStation Store on a console. That would be interesting to think about and how it kind of performs. I would think that'd be pretty exciting. Console competitive. So I'm a big watcher. You've probably seen some of my videos about the competitive scene on console. Competitive Call of Duty in general. I watch it a lot, so that's just what I do. And I feel like if the game sucked for that following year that they did this transaction for COD Mobile to come to console, they would play this game for competitive, which would really disrupt the scene here maybe, but I don't know. I feel like they would do that because this game's phenomenal. The maps would be phenomenal. The spawns are dog shit in COD Mobile for Hardpoint, but they're readable dog shit. You know what I mean? They suck, but they're easy to understand suck. So then they're okay. You know what I mean? So interested to see about that. Hopefully I don't think they've changed the spawns in COD Mobile for firing range in 5 years of this game's life cycle. So yeah, interesting stuff. Cross progression. That's one of the big things that I think would happen with this is they will want to cross progress with all of these different places to play COD Mobile, whether it's console, PC, your iPad, your iPhone, your Wii, or whatever else they want to put it on, you know what I mean? So I think cross progression is a big thing with COD nowadays, like with Warzone Mobile, and you being able to, I got a lot of my unlocks done for Warzone Mobile for these guns by playing BO6. You know what I mean? So I have the ability to use these guns in Warzone Mobile Battle Royale in Verdansk because I was playing BO6. So for that game, that's cool. For COD Mobile, I would never want that to happen. I want COD Mobile to stay the mobile platform game that it is and be phenomenal here. And if you want to enjoy this game, come here to play it. You know what I mean? And not to mention, they've been making a killing in terms of like profits off this game. So not to mention like how insanely priced it is. But yeah, we got that covered essentially. But yeah, this is kind of like everything I wanted to touch on from this factor and how it would kind of play over into the console world with COD Mobile and the game itself and things of that nature. I do think graphically this game has looked phenomenal on a phone nowadays. I'm sure it looked great on PC and console as well. So I definitely think like that was one of the big turnoffs for this game when it came out is it didn't look that great. It didn't look very good. You always see those clips of somebody on like Crossfire with like the RUS or the M4. You know what I mean? It's just like, what is going on? Like this looks terrible. But now it looks phenomenal. The game looks amazing. It's optimized to perfection. Honestly, it just looks great. I'm not a big fan of like how games look, but I think that would also kind of carry over well to a console. One of the big things I kind of want to cover here at the end is like why it won't happen. Like I've already kind of covered, but just to summarize everything for you guys, the Activision people or sponsors and people who have investments in this Activision game and business would never not want a yearly title to come out for a COD game. So bringing COD Mobile over to that would definitely hurt whatever yearly title came out. Therefore, that would be kind of turned down as an idea for bringing COD Mobile over, because they would just lose out on so much money. And that's really what it boils down to. Why this type of thing probably will never happen with console is the amount of money they would lose. Now, maybe there's another way to look at it and how much money they could gain, right, by expanding the player base to that group of people. So definitely an interesting topic that I hope to hear some people's opinions on, what they think. These are just kind of my thoughts, stuff I'm hashing out and throwing out there for you guys to hear, so you can kind of, like, I don't know, bounce these ideas off each other. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to. It's been your boy Marcus Orsini. I'm out of here. Peace.